Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome to Ask Me Anything. I am Spiritual Medium Kellee White, and I'm here with Renee in the background. Hi, Renee.
Hi, everyone. So happy to be here.
Thank you for popping in. Well, how's everybody doing? This has been quite a several day period, and so to make sure this is working right. Hi, Dodie. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Stacy. That's so sweet. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Jessica. Everybody's saying hi to Renee. Hi, everybody. Monique. Hi. Good to see you guys too. Elizabeth Preston. Hi. Hi there. Sandra K. Trainer. Hi there. Barbara Ann. Oh, how sweet is this? Maria Carp Diem. I still love that name. Hi, Mel. Hi, Tammy Lynn. Hi, Melissa from Wisconsin. Okay, so can we just talk about snow right now before I get into everything? So I'm talking to my clients and friends in LA and in California, actually anywhere. They're all saying it's 80 degrees. Seriously, it's snowing here? I feel like somehow I switched teams. Like I used to be on the Team California where it was really hot, and I would talk to the people in Wisconsin and they'd be like, "Oh no, it's freezing here." Anyway, somehow switched teams and now I'm on the cold team. But it's a beautiful thing. So I am kind of enjoying that. I am missing like hell getting on a plane and going to Mexico right now. I would so love to do that. I'd like to just go anywhere, but soon, because COVID's not enough, we're going to be having a Polar Express. Great, because I'm not locked down enough. Oh, thanks, Renee Martinez. I know. Do you believe it? So let me just say that you'll get a kick out of this, Renee, or I don't know, maybe maybe you won't. I don't know. But there's no place for me to shop, period. Okay. I live in the middle of nowhere and there's no place except for a place called, oh my God, Walmart. So I got this at Walmart. I did. Don is like dying right now that I'm even saying that. But these I got in Venice, Italy. And these I got in Hong Kong. So there you go. That's my round the world in 3 minutes here today. It snowed in Pennsylvania today. Amy Augustine said that. Wow. Minnesota's getting a big snow. Hi, Patty from Arizona. How great is that? Hey, Nad. Hello from Illinois. So there's a lot of people here. Why do I live here now? Live there now. Oh, Tippy, great question. I'd like to know the answer to that. It's a great question. Because 9 months before COVID, we actually had two homes. This was our second home and it was a farm in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin. And through a lot of different situations that every door closed and it was time to make a change, we moved. So I'm actually grateful to be here. And I know to all my family and friends in Los Angeles in particular, in Southern California, God bless them. They're having such a hard time. And thank you to all those frontline workers. God, how amazing are they? Such a time period right now, right? Such a time. Debbie Foster Horan says high snows in South Dakota today. Wow, wow. Hey, Lizette. Okay, so Kim Ann, I have to say something. I think it was you. Was it you, Kim Ann, that asked me the greatest question the other day when I was on the show with James and I couldn't answer the question? Hey, Glenda, you actually, I think it was you. Tell me if it was. You asked me what my favorite food was. You said, since I can ask you anything. Oh, it was Kim Bracken. Okay, it was Kim Bracken. I get everybody mixed up. I'm so sorry. Kim Ann is the flowers, and notice my tulips. I got those at Pick and Save, and they were just beautiful. I was so happy to get them. But Kim Bracken, I'll tell you my favorite food: chili rellenos. Chili rellenos anytime. And boy, I sure would have loved to have been there. Selena, it's hard working at the hospital. Oh, bless your heart, honey. Bless your heart. I bet you're exhausted. I bet you are. It is, yes, those are tulips, Renee. Real tulips, and I love them. So Anyway, and I want to give a shout out to a new friend of mine, and her name, this is the greatest name. Her name is Luella. Hi, Luella. And I want to mention something funny because she's such a great woman and she happens to live in Wisconsin and is really talented and she's extraordinary. And I want to mention that on, let me see, February 27th, we are doing, Dr. Shirley and I are going to be doing Bad Siblings. So for everybody who had asked me, we're going to be doing Bad Siblings. And it made me think of Luella. Luella had great siblings, but she had a sister. Her name is Luella, and she had a sister that called her Luhella. So I thought that was so funny. I'm still laughing about that. Anyway, wow, Verna, she had 85-mile-an-hour winds in Canada. Gosh. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Oh, that is amazing. Well, let's talk about. Hi, Rebecca Har. Hey, Rebecca, in Northern Indiana. Oh, you're still dreaming? Great. Great. You're such a sweet. Hi, Charlene. Bad siblings. I thought you'd appreciate that, Charlene. What can I say? They're out there. I know personally. So let's talk about the astrology before we get into these great questions, because you guys gave me some great questions. Really, really. Oh, Kelly, wait, Kim Ann says, am I wearing Tahitian pearls? And your grandmother was a Luella? How great is that? These are not Tahitian pearls, no, but I have some. When James and I were in Tahiti, I think in 2016, I bought some and I love them. I've got the black pearls. They're gorgeous with matching earrings. I'll have to wear those. You know, I don't get an opportunity to go out and wear anything. So it's kind of fun for me to do this. All right, Janine, you and I should talk about. She says, "How can I heal as well as cure my brain tumor?" I'm going to put a pin in that one, okay? And we'll talk about that probably later on today. Did you move your desk further away from the bookcase? No, I moved myself up because my lights were in the way here. So I moved myself kind of up. So let's talk about the astrology. Let's just say this. Today is a very special day. First of all, this month, whew, it's some energy, right? And everybody's feeling the emotions of this week, right? And last week, tons of emotions. And just let me know if you guys are feeling that, this emotional swings. I've had so many people call and ask me what was going on. And, a lot's going on in the world. And if you're an empath, you may be picking up this energy because empaths do that. And it's the collective consciousness, really. I'd like to say unconsciousness, but I think it's pretty conscious that we're in a tough time right now. And so, yeah, so everybody is telling me, yeah, it's huge that they're having, everybody has had some experience with deep emotions and their emotions coming up. And I had the same mood swings, and I never really have mood swings at all, but it's been a very, emotional time. But I feel for some reason, I feel better now. And I can tell you for some reason. My for some reason is I am on a homeopathic remedy, and that really helps me a lot. So I should put Dr. Robert Gramlich, Gramlich, and I can post this on my website. He's a classically trained homeopathist. He's an MD from USC, and he does brilliant remedies. And so that has helped me. That's exactly what has helped me. It's really kind of put me back in my body and gives me a lot of energy. So I am on a homeopathic remedy. Big fan of those. But let's talk about today. Today is January 14th, 2021. And today of all days, the planet Uranus goes direct in Taurus after 5 months being retrograde. And I'll say this, Uranus means shock and surprise. It's the planet of shock and surprise. Okay, and it's direct now in Taurus. It doesn't necessarily like Taurus because Uranus is more new age. It's totally new age. So I would say expect anything, especially the unexpected here. And this time, this is going to challenge our collective thoughts, our collective self-worth, our collective values. It's going to kind of push us to our limits in shock. And it can also bring truth. It can bring divine insight. It also, at the same time today, squares Jupiter. So things may go way out of proportion. I know I had some trouble with recording things today that I was trying to record when I do my Zooms for people, and I had trouble with it. And so I've heard other people reach out and say, is something going on? And the answer is yes. I think that it's going to challenge a lot of our computer systems and things. I think it'll all be challenged. Okay. And so this is really going to be a very intense week as we go into this week, another challenging week. We're not out of the challenges yet. And I just want to mention this. On Monday, James and I are going to do a show on how to renew yourself, how to take care of yourself during these times, how to take care of yourself, basically, because that's going to be an important thing. And that's going to be this Monday. During these challenging times, how do we take care of ourselves? So on January 20th, that's a big day. Yes, we know there's an inauguration, and we do know what happened on January 6th. But on that day, Mars is the planet of war, is also in Taurus, and it conjuncts, which means it's going to be next to Uranus, this planet of surprise that we're talking about. At the same time, it's also going to square Jupiter, and it's going to square Saturn. During this time, it is eruptive energy. Okay, it's dynamic conflict. So it will be, people will be feeling the energy. You'll feel it, as we get closer and closer, people will start to feel it even more. So you want to do everything you can to take care of yourself during these times. How do you take care of yourself? Breathing. You might want to go into meditation. This is a great time for prayer. And a shout out to Linda, because Linda and I were talking today, and prayer is everything. So a shout out to anybody who's out there sending good thoughts and goodwill and prayer to all of us, because it's needed right now. So Sarah Marie Haig says, "Oh my God, I've been completely exhausted, emotional and anxious, feeling off." Yes, Sarah. Yes, that's the feeling, actually. That's the feeling. And Tracy says this has been insane, up and down, no sleep. A lot of people are telling me that they're not sleeping. So I want to validate everybody's feelings on this one. It may get into your sleep. You know, this. I started this year with my daughter. We were doing Whole30, and if you're watching this holiday, I'm sorry I cheated, but I did. And she said, it's no alcohol. And anyway, after January 6th, that kind of just went out the window for me. But there will be a time when I get back into this again. So, and we all will, but this is just a big emotional time for everybody. So I want to validate all of your, what remedy have I taken to help me during these times? Well, Sarah Jean Stone, great question. I'm on everybody has an individual remedy. So mine is something that's specific for me. So I wish I could just say, and Charlene, they work so much. Oh, Ardelia from Australia. I almost said Alaska. Breathing, yes. Meditation, yes. Eating well and exercising. That's actually it. Remaining in a spiritual place, listening to music that you love, talking to your pets if you have them. What else? Watching some good shows. I watched an interesting show the other day, and it was Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, and that was from Renee. Told me to watch that, and it was really actually interesting because it talks about going into deep meditation and connecting with other galaxies and other ETs. It was fascinating, and anyway, so that's a good one, interesting one to watch. So a lot of people are saying that they're just have a bad feeling in their gut. Raina Marie Horan says she has a bad feeling in her gut. I'm so unbalanced in my mental state and my emotions. Yesterday was the worst. Yesterday was the worst. I'm already feeling this feeling to be over. Yeah, I'm wanting this feeling to be over too for everybody, honey. And it will be. We just, think of it, we're just riding kind of a current of energy. So ground yourself. Often that means, not here in Wisconsin, but take your shoes off, Step into sand if you can, walk around barefoot if you can. Now, if you can't, like me, um, Tai Chi is a great thing to do. Just be conscious and know this will pass. This will pass. This will pass. Salt baths, Diana Bird, right on. There's a great formula. It's salt, kosher salt. Let me see, apple cider vinegar and baking soda. The three of them. What they do is it removes a lot of toxins. You can also add some sort of a wonderful essence of something that you love that relaxes you. Baths are great. Kava tea, I don't know that one, but I've heard of it. Oh, Wendy Ann is right. Try a nighttime sleep meditation, and they have good ones on YouTube. That's really great. A guided meditation is so good for us. It would be really good for everybody right now. Prayer. Oh, Julie will send prayers out for your lab. She's having surgery. All right, Julie. All right, Tammy Hendricks, we need you on the prayer detail for all the animals and everybody out there. I just want to give a shout out too to James Van Prague's lovely, amazing dog, Maisie. She's having a hard time. So if anybody could send some prayers to her, she lost her beloved brother, Boo Boo. He passed I think he's been gone about 2.5 weeks now. And so a lot of animals seem to be checking out now. It's the damnedest thing. Hey, Annie Bird, I'm glad you're watching us live. It's a fun show to do. Bay leaves in the bathtub? Wow, Janice Peterson. I never heard of that one before. But that's amazing. So Diana Bird said yesterday was super emotional. She had an appointment with a somatic experience per my recommendation. Great. It does help to move energy and to move through it, self-compassion and acceptance. I'm so glad you did that. So somatic experience therapy is somatic means of the body, and energies and traumas get stuck in the body. And now of all times is a great time to do that. And you put your zip code. I'll put the website up. I think it's healingtrauma.org. Healingtrauma.org. And it's a great when you put your zip code, and a therapist will come back, will reach you. You can choose a different therapist, and it's just a great thing to do to help release traumas in your body, frankly. Okay, Amy Augustine says she uses vetiver, Vetiver oil for grounding. That's a new one on me. I never heard of it, but um, Tracy says I heard Bailey's in the bathtub, not bay leaves. That's exactly what when I saw that. That's really funny. Bailey's in the bathtub. Now, that's a great idea. Um, Carissa Carrington, lighting my candles always calms my soul. That is so true, Carissa. I love that. That's so true. I love to light candles. And aromatherapy, Trish McGowan, aromatherapy, crystals, meditation, and for sleeping, my English bulldog. I love English bulldogs. They are so cool. It's been a test of strength for all of us. Thank you for saying that. I think our souls, we get like the big stars when it's our time to pass. I think it's like, oh, you were there during that time? Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be extraordinary when that time, when my morning comes, as Don, my husband says, when my morning comes. You have not, Shannon Jones, been able to find someone in North Carolina? Look in South Carolina, okay, Shannon Jones. If you haven't been able to find a somatic person there, I'm thinking that there's that they can work in North Carolina. Remember, it's going to be on Zoom anyway. Oh, how about burning sandalwood essence? I think that would be fabulous. It would be great, actually. So let's answer some questions. Here we go here. Okay. So let's see, where should I start? These were all really good questions. Lizette, I'm going to start with your question, Lizette. And she says, if a loved one, no, she says, the events of the past weeks have had an impact. Yes, they certainly have. Is it possible for two kids in the household to have major personality shifts? The child with ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, is calm, which normally an ADHD child or an adult would be more active. And the calm one is extremely defiant. Yes, it's very possible. Energy is a funny thing. It can hit the brain waves in different ways. It is also why some people get more emotional and some people don't. It's all the brain waves. So the energy that's coming in could actually calm an ADH kid because they would be hit with so much energy. It may do the opposite, may just do that. And the calm one might be hit and be totally taken off. It's a great question. And this is this due to personalities changing or planetary shifts? Ooh, probably a bit of both. But I would say at this particular moment, planetary shifts more so, probably. And yes, of course, personalities are going to change, but not necessarily like that. If one has already been diagnosed ADHD, I don't. I think this is planetary shifts. I think we're watching it. I think you're watching it play out in real time with your kids. It's a very great question. Thank you for asking that. So Cindy Bathgate asked me, when dealing with possible issues related to aging, how do you balance seeking medical advice versus manifesting better health? I think you can do both. I think you can do both. I think you should ask for advice, for medical advice, depending on what is going on, of course. I always do Eastern and I do Western. I do both. I hedge my bet. I do both. So, and I also, again, drink a green smoothie every day, and I really try to watch my health a lot and to manifest better health. The other thing that's important is keeping your thoughts really positive as opposed into the negative. And Ardelia, I love that. I think we are super souls. We are super souls. Polly Santo, Angela Light. Yes, I actually have that at home, and that's a great smell. Lavender. Thanks, Celeste. That's what I was thinking. Um, those are great. So anyway, but I do both medical or Western and Eastern. I think it's important to do that. So, and Amy Augustine asked what was going on today. Yes, and that's what I was explaining to you with this Uranus going direct. So let's see. Carol Ailes says, can an alive human, so somebody who's alive, astral project to another alive human and have that person's heart attack for them to save them from harm? I think I did that for my great aunt. So let me get this straight. You had a heart attack then? I think that's what the question is. Can an alive human astral project, which astral projecting is when you leave your body, you never leave it fully. There's a cord that connects you, but you can project yourself up to wherever it is you need to be. So could you go to another alive human? Yes. And have that person's heart attack for them to save them from harm. Boy, I think I did that for my great aunt. Possibly. I've never heard this one. I don't see why not though. But I'm not sure. Depends on what the karma is going on here. That's a really deep question, honey. Thanks for asking it. This is one I'm going to run by James but it's a good one. Okay, so Shannon Jones says, how are spirit guides assigned to us? How do you connect with them, and how do you know you're connecting with them? Are deceased family members close to you in spirit, even if you don't know them well or weren't close to them prior in their death? So let's start with, how are spirit guides assigned to us? It's a great question. So all of us have spirit guides. All of us have a minimum of one spirit guide or more. I see now there's a lot more going on with people, and they tend to have minimum 2. I've seen 4. Especially now, it seems like there's more, but they are assigned to us. We choose them, they choose working with us, depending on what our soul contracts are going to be in this life. It could be a guide that we've had many lifetimes that's just said, all right, let's go again. A guide is somebody who, most of them, not all, but most of them have been in this dimension at least once. So they know about how this realm works. Some have had a few lives. Some are high level guides that maybe have not had a life here, but are more old wisdom guides. But it's not by an accident that we have each guide. I know I have two guides, and I know that I've had different lifetimes with both of them, and that we were all very close, and they came in to help me in this lifetime. So it's often they know us and we know them, and it's just the vibration of, is this who we need at this time to help us through going on with what's going to happen now. Hi, Katrin. Hi, honey. I love Katrin. I miss traveling with you, Katrin. So that's how I would answer that. So, Jean, I'm going to answer this question. Janie Roberts says, if you are able to step back and see hard experiences as merely lessons, do you miss out on feeling the emotions that you were supposed to and then not learn from what you were supposed to? Oh, that's a great question. Is it Janie? That's a great question. So, yes, if we can step back and see these hard experiences as lessons, do you miss on the feeling? No, because during that experience, you would have had the feeling. You would have had the feeling, and then usually you look back and say, "Well, this was something." But actually, if you, it's actually probably a very good thing if you can do this, even while a difficult situation is happening, because that's it ultimately would open up your heart. Ultimately, would open your heart for the fact that you've gone through some tough situations, and you can see it as what you're learning now. And I think for that, it's extraordinary. So you don't have to feel all of the feelings. I mean, unless you need to. Um, i- if you are, let's see, and then not learn from what you were supposed to, I think you would have learned. I think you learned from all of this. But that's a really good question. It's a complicated question, but it's a good one. Um, let's see. What else do we have? I love these. Okay. Oh, Lisa N says, do we get different guides at different times of our lives? We certainly can. You bet. Now, some have the same guide or guides that go with us all the way through. Okay. And I think mine signed up for the ride. Please God, they better have signed up for the ride. But also, let's say you're going to write a book, or let's say you're going to take a new career, or let's say you need to learn about some trauma. A new guide can step in and help you with that, you know? And so you will get different guides at different times, depending on what we're learning and needing at the time. So Christine Daigle says, can you be a guide to others in your dreams, like when you were here in this life? Yes, I believe you can. Absolutely. Can you be a guide to others in your dreams, like when you were here in this life? Yes. Yes. Great question. Yes. 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 1,000 times yes. hmm You can certainly do that. I know I've had people say to me, you were in my dream and you were taking me here and we were doing this. And so you can do it while you're alive, and you can certainly do it when you've passed. But oh, you're welcome, Lizette. Um, okay, Anne Margaret. First of all, love the name, and I love Anne Margaret. Question: how can you tell a soul download versus a spirit guide download? So messages to us that we know wasn't us. Oh, okay. Often it could be a soul that you just know that your mother passed and your mother's giving you a message. Doesn't It's different. It has a different vibe than a spirit guide. It has a different vibe than a spirit guide. Often we'll get some wisdom thing, or we'll get put into a direction to go into for our greater good, and that's from spirit guides. Spirit guides know our contracts. They know our direction. They know what we need to do. And you can imagine, they know we have to go through door number A, and instead we pick door number B. And they're like, no, oh God, here we go. That's what they're thinking. Um, Rebecca Elkington, how do I know if I'm on the right path in life? Well, do you feel like you're on the right path? I mean, if you feel like you are, you get a nudge, you get a feeling. You start to pay attention to a nudge of, you have to do something else, or you have to do something else. You'll get that nudge. It's like a big nudge. In Yiddish, we say you'll get a nudge. I mean, it's just like that. So, okay. Hi, Kelly. Tim Quinn. As a legal blind person, I got the privilege to a guide dog. Oh, how great. My question, can they be guides brought into the material world? Oh, what a great question. Can there be guides that were brought into the material world? Yes, I think so. I think so. It sounds like you have an extraordinary guide dog. That is a guide. Yes, I have chills on that one. Thanks for asking that question. That's a really good one. Yes, I think so. Okay, Sarah Marie Haig. How can you let go and detach from a painful past so that you can grow and enjoy the now? Also, how can you grow better spiritually? Well, that's a great question, Sarah. I love this question. I think everybody, when you've had a painful past, and certainly if there's traumas, you've got to go. I always believe in getting some help for this. So whether it's through therapy and or through somatic experience or through some sort of uh, spiritual healings or something that helps you to grow so you can release that past. If you're holding on to any of it, that could, continue the energy to hold you back down. So I think I think therapy is probably the best way. I feel that, going into a spiritual state of mind, but it doesn't, it's almost like you still have to do the work to let go and detach from, and there are certain great therapists out there that help you do that. And if it's trauma related, somatic experience is really great for that. I just think that's would be a good thing. So Lord's Solar says, can someone from a past life help us with challenges in our current lives? You're the second person to ask me that. I don't really have an answer for that. Can somebody from a past life help us? So you're saying that on the other side, I think you mean, if they're on the other side, can they help us in this life? Probably. Probably. That's a good question. And let's see, Napke, if I'm saying that correct. Could my organ donor be my guide? Wow, Anne. Yes. I really believe there's a strong connection between organ donors and the people that get the organs. Yes, I think so. Great question. I really think there's um, such a connection with that. So let me see. Hold on a second. Renee, should I take a call?
Yes, I think we could take a call. We have a few
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Pamela, I'm going to bring you into the show. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Pamela.
Oh, hi. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Hey,
Good.
I was just wondering. I have been speaking with a guy online. His name is Brett, and I'm just wondering if you pick up anything about if we actually might meet in person. Things are kind of weird with everything going on right now. So just wondering if you might pick anything up about that.
Pamela, what's your birth date?
It is actually on Tuesday, January 19th, right around the corner.
Ooh, it really is right around the corner, right during these energies. Oh, and yeah,
Yeah.
and you come in as you're an 8 of diamonds. That's a powerhouse. As long as he doesn't try to take your energy. Okay, but it's important for you to remember that I'm saying that. Okay, you need to be around somebody
Okay.
that will appreciate your energy. So I think I'm going to answer it that way. Okay, I hope he has enough appreciation for who you are and
Okay.
your energy. All right,
Right. Okay.
that's the answer.
All right. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks for calling.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, before we take another call, let me ask. There was a great question, and Tracy Hildreth had this question. She said, when you see a doppelganger, of someone who passed. So let me explain what a doppelganger is. That's where it's like a ghostly encounter almost of a living person. So, you think you saw somebody that looks just like you or just like me or just like somebody. It's a rare, rare, rare occurrence. But when you see a doppelganger of someone who passed, is that a kind of a visit? I would say yes. And here's another thing. When you are, let's say you've lost somebody's passed away, they have the ability to project their face onto somebody else. So you swear you just saw your mother, or you just saw your father, or you just saw somebody. It's happened to me, and it's flooring when that happens. It's flooring, but it does happen. On the other side, they will project themselves on to something, and you'll swear it's them. And it is actually. So here's another question that Tracy asked. She says, when we're working on compassion with a borderline, so borderline personality disorder is somebody that's characterized by having unstable moods, unstable behavior, unstable relationships. If you feel you are walking on eggshells, then you may be with somebody who's a borderline personality disorder. So she asked, if you're working on compassion, with a borderline, should you continue to ask if they need help or ask anything over and over, or can you put the ball in their court? If you're working or you have a relationship with somebody that's borderline, you really have to set boundaries with them. If you ask over and over, they will continue to take over and over. So there's a great book, and I recommend it to everybody. Stop Walking on Eggshells. It's a seminal book on borderline personality disorder. There's another great book called I Hate You, Don't Leave Me. Sound familiar to anybody out there? So that it's a good one. Anyway, that's a very good one. So good question. I really appreciate that. Oh, you know what? Lori Lutterby, I wanted to say this. She said, my spouse had a heart attack on Monday. I'm sorry, Lori, that must have been horrific. It sounds like, thank God, everything is okay. My question is, what happens when things like this happen in the spirit world? Great question. How do they react? They're there. They're understanding what's happening. Often, depending on what the karma is with the person. Is the person supposed to have this experience for A, B, or C reason? But the souls on the other side, their loved ones, are aware of it. They're watching. They're aware of it. I was concerned of a lot of people having heart attacks this week because of the energy from last week. Really kind of, it's been in my mind. So when I got yours, I thought, oh, I wonder about that. But I'm glad your husband is okay. That's a really good thing. Are the COVID souls having a hard time crossing over? Jana Marie Peterson. Great question. I think it's when it's their time to cross over, they will just cross over, and I don't think it'll be a hard time at all. I think that whatever they're, the ones that are, I think you're meaning the ones that are in the hospital that are having a really hard time with this. When it's their time, they will pass. And as James and I talked about this on a couple of shows back, or 2 or 3 shows back, and I thought this was so interesting, that the souls who have passed from COVID will be here to help the other souls from COVID pass from here. I thought that was really interesting. So, and Lori says her husband's heart attack came out of nowhere. Yeah, there's a lot of collective energy too. So this is why maybe working out, breathing, having loving thoughts to one another, sending that out, staying in your highest place that you can be in would be so good for everybody right now. The world needs a giant hug, and what a time. Is this COVID similar to a rapture, Jennifer Wood? That's a good question. Maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure. So Lisa Fabry Dunn says, hi, Kelly. I've been seeing angel numbers for days, morning, noon, and night. So angel numbers are 444, 4444, any combination of fours. I think and I had a great conversation with somebody today about this. I think there are legions of angels right now, legions upon legions upon legions right now. And I'm wondering, Lisa, if you're tapping into that energy. And everybody can tap into that energy of the angels, of the angelic realm. I know they're all around right now. And if you still yourself, you can feel them. You can feel them. And they're the ones that come when you need them. Frankly, they're just there. We need a collective meditation, Mel. You're right. We actually do. And if somebody does that, let me know, because we do need we do need that. What about, and Margaret says, what about 1111? 1111 was designed to wake people up. It's a great question. And that's been going on for many, many years at this point, maybe 15, 20 years. To see 1111, to me, it means to wake you up. It's was set in us. It's like a code almost before we incarnated. When we started to see that, we would start to wake up. So to me, it means to wake up. It means to start waking up to something else in the universe. That it's not just this you know dimension that we see. It's a little more than that. It's more than that. There's another side. There are other galaxies. It starts to wake us up to a spiritual being. Carissa Carrington says 444 and 414 always in my day. Great. It's and Robin Mariana is right. It means new beginnings. 1111. So first, I think it wakes you up, and then it starts to tell you that there will be new beginnings. Nikki Diana says, so much shifting in my life. I feel like hitting my head to the walls. I've seen angels and numbers and lots more for the past few days. A lot of shifting for sure. And you don't want to hit your head to the walls, because I know what happens on that one. You don't want to go there. But it does certainly feel, a lot. So I've seen 8 threes in a row. So Tammy Lynn says 8 threes. Of the 333s you're talking about, 333 is always ascended masters. So that is a great thing. That's a great thing. So Migdalia says, Perez de la Torre, if I'm saying that name right, I thought about that pandemic versus rapture today. Since we've had many pandemics and plagues, I don't believe this is the rapture. Yeah, it's probably not the rapture, but it's a, we've got a plague here. We've got a plague. And I always believe that this is to bring us to a real deep, deep spiritual place. I think it's an important time, actually, for us, all of us. So Renee, should I take another call?
Yes, I think so. Let me see here. We have Tammy. I'm going to bring you into the show.
Hi, Tammy.
Tammy, you're live. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Tammy. Was that a flush?
She's live in the show, but she's not responding. So I'm going to go with somebody else.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Hello.
Hi there, Maria. How are you?
Hi. I'm good, Kelly. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How can I help you?
Well, I've been listening to your show, and I have to say,
Oh, I think she hit the wrong button on her phone.
That's so funny.
Interesting.
Listening to your show, and I have to say,
Exactly. If she calls back, I'll bring her back into the show.
that was sweet.
Yeah.
I want to say Verity. I love that name, Verity Kehoe. She said she sees a lot of 5s right now, and the fives mean change. So let's say you're seeing a lot of 5s. We used to drive and see cars with 5s or whatever. Anyway, now if you see a lot of 5s, it means there will be change. There will be change. So just know that it's a good one. So David Vigiano. Hi, David. My new nephew, Edward Vigiano, is it Vigiano? I always make that mistake. Was born 1/12/21 at 8:01. Can you tell me anything about his numerology? Wow, 1/12/21. That's a lot of ones and twos. I'll say this: he wanted to be here very much because that first 13 days of January are the most intense, and they're the ones that really, really need to be here and want to be here. This one will have a voice for radio, okay? Or if they even have radio, then television, something. He comes in as very special. So he's a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He comes to complete a big cycle. I did that pretty quickly, but I think that's it. Um, and he comes to complete a cycle, David, and he really wanted to be here. He will know everything about everything. I've seen some of the most brilliant people with that birth placement, and the souls that are coming in now so want to be here. They just did. I mean, think about it. During this time to have a baby, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's a 9, straight out 9. It's a really powerful one. So nines come to complete. They come as with wisdom and to complete. So congratulations. I think that's great. I bet he's adorable. These new babies now, boy, they sure want to be here. Okay.
And Kelly, we have Maria back, so I'm going
Okay.
to connect her now. Maria, you're back in the show. Go ahead.
Hi, Maria. Well, we had Maria.
Yeah, she is here, but she's not responding. Maria, are you there?
Maria. Well,
I guess not.
okay. And Amanda says, any thoughts about a baby born on 12/10/2020? I love these new baby questions. I just do. 12/10 is an 8 of clubs. So this one will be very bright also. And often they're writers, lawyers. Often they come for knowledge. They come into this life for knowledge. 4, 5, 6, 7, and on top of an 8 of clubs, this little baby is an 8. So power house, 2 words there, power house, with a sensitivity and psychic ability. 8 of clubs always has psychic ability. So thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm so amazed that these babies are coming by the droves now. Do you think we will, Amy Augustine says, do you think we will ever get back to a time like was rumored to have been experienced in Atlantis or Lemuria? You know, I do think, we'll get to a higher evolved place, not today or tomorrow. In time, we will get there. In fact, Prajna Avalon and I are supposed to teach a class on Atlantis and Lemuria, and we just haven't had time to set that up yet, but we're going to. But I would like to think so, Amy, where it's a more advanced civilization, and ultimately that's where we're headed. Certainly, we're headed to a more advanced civilization. We have to go through these periods, and remember, if you're here during this incarnation, while you're here, your soul's going to grow 7 times faster. So we really did want to be here. So if you have like karmic things that you have to let go of, or you've got to make some different choices to clear the slate, if you will, for your soul, now's the time to do it, especially from this month. This month, with that new moon on the 13th, which was only yesterday, January 13th, that new moon in Capricorn, it gives us the ability to set what we want to do, our intentions, and to carry that through for the next year and frankly the next decade if you really want to. This is the time now to start letting go of things. This is the time to let go of things. Susie Wright says, today is your son's birthday, 1/14/89. Well, I tell you, special day there today. He's an HSP. Do I have a message for him? Oh, sure. Let's see if that's a special one. Today. So, he's a powerhouse. Oh my gosh. Charlene right now, I know Charlene is looking at this. He's a powerhouse, King of Diamonds. So he comes into, and as an HSP, good for him. And let me see one other thing here. 17, 18, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. think he's a 6. I'm just doing this pretty quickly. But I would say, as an HSP, to make sure he is doing what he really wants to do. Okay? Because the King of Diamonds comes in, and often they'll do business, but they also have a really deeply spiritual side. So make sure, give him the message of keeping it in a spiritual space. It's going to be important for him. Okay? And let's see, Sarah Jean Stone says, where did it go? Any thoughts about my adopted son, born on 5/22/14? He's autistic and was born with an infectious disease. He's my biological grandson. Wow, Sarah, that's an amazing story. So you're raising your biological grandson. Wow, that's amazing. Good for you. Good for you. That's great. And I'm sure that's not an easy situation, but really, from a soul level, I can't think of anything more incredible, actually. So 522 is a 10 of clubs. So that 10 of clubs is somebody who's very bright. We call them a brain that has a brain of their own. They have another brain. So he is on the spectrum, it sounds like. And often they're the most brilliant, and they're not from around here. And often they haven't had too many bodies, really, or a body, because they haven't been to this dimension. It may be his first trip around here, but he comes in to bring everybody patience. That's just one thing. Love. Um, I mean, that's an extreme. He wanted to be here for this time. He wanted to be here. So my thoughts are that he's very, 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 very bright. Okay. Interesting. Janie Roberts says, can I find out the meanings of birth dates and times online too? Yes. Birth dates, I think it's called 7thunders.com. 7 thunders.com. And that's the destiny cards that I talk about, which are really fun to do. And it gives us a great advantage of why somebody incarnated. So Patty Macias says, please let my father-in-law, Antonio, happy birthday in heaven. Happy birthday, Antonio. Wow. And he was January 14th. I'm sure right now he's like, whoa, oh my God. I don't know if I could be here during COVID. You know, a lot of souls checked out in the last 2 years, possibly 2.5 to 3 years, particularly in the last year and year and a half. They didn't want to be here for COVID. They just didn't plan for this. It wasn't something that was in their contract. They didn't want to have to do it. And yet we are all here. So let's see, what else? Oh, Maria, she says, thanks, Renee, for trying to get me in through your time. Oh, bless your heart. We tried. Kept getting disconnected. Oh, well, we'll try again, Maria, another time. I'm so sorry about that. Melena Stan says, my child is 12/12. 05 12/12. Yeah, again, another December baby. 12/12 is a 6 of clubs. They come in for the truth. They come in for balance. Balance is really important for them. To be acknowledged is important for them. And balance. Often I see wonderful therapists with that placement. Melena, that baby wanted to be here. These are all old souls, babies that wanted to be here for this time period. So Kim Bracken says her mom is getting ready to turn 81 on Saturday. Her birthday is 1/16. Any message for her? Kim, we've got to get her a message. My goodness. So her birthday is on the 16th, Jack of Diamonds, firecrackers. They are like pop out of a cake. Usually their energies are just big, big, big. And it's funny because her birthday is right in this week that we're talking about. Oh, I bet she has some unexpected fun this week. I bet for her that energy can turn into excitement pretty quickly. You know, because she's got a lot of energy. Tell her happy birthday from all of us here at Spiritual Medium Kellee White. Renee and I wish her a happy birthday. Hey, Connie Fogel, love and light to you, Kelly and Renee. Thank you, Connie. You do such great work too, Connie. Let's see. Rachel Rogertson, love my December birthdays. 12/14/88 here. Oh, 12/14. Oh, I love 12/14 also because it's a 4 of clubs like me. 4 of clubs, they come for knowledge, to learn a lot of things. We always have to be learning, always very practical. It's my favorite. I'm very partial to 4 of clubs. Also very, very psychic, clearly. Debbie Otto Clark, her birthday is tomorrow. Yay. Boy, tomorrow is a big one too. This whole week for you birthday people, this is a good one. So tomorrow, and you're a Queen of Diamonds. So a Queen of Diamonds, we call this the philanthropist card, the philanthropist. Ultimately, you come to do some good work in the world. Often the childhood would have been a tough one, but you come in to do good works in the world. So that's going to be important here. Okay, boy. So Alyssa Watling says her birthday's March 4th. Let's see. March 4th is 6 of Spades. 6 of Spades is a serious life, often very talented, wildly talented, but full of karma. So not an easy life, but very talented. Walks a funny path with karma. You always have to make the right choice and do the right thing. You just have to. So, oh, Lisa Malinkowski says her sister's birthday is today, 25 years in heaven. Happy birthday to your sister. You know, they all are so happy when you think of them, and they're just so happy on the other side that you remember their birthdays and that you think of them. You know, if you're thinking of them, as James will tell you, they're thinking of you. Okay. So everybody, make sure you watch our show on Monday night, Both Sides Now and Beyond, with James Van Prague and me. And it's going to be about taking care of yourself during this next, week and 2 weeks, 3 weeks, really taking care of yourself. So please watch us. And hi, Rebecca Har. She's so sweet. Debbie Otto Clark says, I'm an RN. Boy, bless your heart for all you RNs and doctors out there. Really, bless your hearts. Thank you so much. But anyway, and thank you, Renee. And also, I will say that, again, Shirley and I are going to be doing bad siblings. So any of you out there, wink, wink, that have had a bad sibling or two or more, we'll be doing this class. It's a 2-hour class on February 27th. I don't think it's not been written up yet, but it will be. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. See you next.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.